Welcome to week 6. This is going to be the first week in China. This will be part 1 of week 1.
We were coming up to the final hurdle. Esteban and his team turned up at the start of the week. The grand final was to take place on neutral ground at the Cherry Tree Academy. Of course, I steered clear of Esteban, more for his safety than mine. My hour of revenge was nigh. Now everyone would see my talent and what I was capable of when not being distracted by blackmail.
You came back to hear my story? I was afraid you'd be disappointed in me, seeing what my father did.
Miguel, you have nothing to be ashamed of. I'll never ever hold you responsible for your father's actions. Please do carry on your tale.
When I discovered the man who had spent his life protecting animals was sending them to their execution, I lost my senses and I tracked down a breeding farm my father dealt with. In the middle of the night, I broke into the farm, opened all the gates, and made all the mares escape over the plains. I had no idea what I was doing. Maybe I was sending them to their death. Maybe it was just wrong that I had to do something, change something. I couldn't just sit there and do nothing about this atrocity. I never went back to my father's house. I thought long and hard and decided that to make up for the errors of the past, I had to devote my life to horses. So I joined a farm and became assistant to a breeder. A good man who taught me everything I know today. I won a number of local competitions, and Harry spotted me and offered me to join the Sycamore Academy. But deep in my heart, I still feel great sadness and anger towards my father. Poetry helped me no end during this period. It brought a sense of balance and serenity amid the disappointment.
You were a very good man, Miguel. Don't beat yourself up because your father got it wrong. You've chosen your own path, the right one. You fully deserve what you're living now.
Thanks. Talking to you has done me the world of good. It's been a long time since I opened my heart to someone. I feel like I can really trust you.
I trust you too, Miguel.
That's the end of my tale. I hope you're not too shocked.
It was tough going, but it takes more than that to knock me down. Considering what you went through and what has become of you, I'm proud of you. Tell me about the listener's problem.
It was an evening like any other. I was soon going to take a break, but I decided to take one last call. It was a 14-year-old girl with a tiny voice. She had been trying to call me all night to ask for advice. Her father had a horse that she loved to bits, but because of money problems, he was forced to sell it.
Poor girl. She must have been heartbroken.
I hadn't ridden a horse for years. but to hear that little lost voice sobbing awoke something inside me. I loved music, but I knew then that my real place was with horses. That little girl helped me face the truth. I was ready to do anything to help her keep the horse, and it became my crusade. I promised the girl I would do what I could, and during the break, I called MC Mellon and told him about the child's despair. He immediately offered to buy the horse so she could keep him. I thanked him for his generosity with all my heart and went back on air to tell the child her horse would not be sold. My producer came into the room and slipped me a note, saying the show had been a huge success, thanks to MC Mellon's invention. People love a happy ending, and everywhere they'd been calling their friends, telling them to listen in. The station was flooded with calls of encouragement and solidarity. It was my best show by far, but also my last.
You stopped doing radio after that?
The girl's intervention made me aware of my real passion. I went back to horse riding at MC Mellon's stable, and soon started competing. One day Jade came to see me, and in the light of my results and radio reputation, she offered me a place at the academy.
And you never regretted leaving the radio?
Of course it crossed my mind, but after I'd helped that girl keep the horse she loved, I said to myself that my destiny on the airwaves led here. The rest of my life will be spent on the trail.
You have a huge heart, Samuel. I'm proud to know someone like you.
You're not so bad yourself when you keep a lid on things. That's my story over. You should go and talk to the others.
It was to be expected. Esteban would never choose legitimate means to settle his score with us. By forcing forward the repayment deadline for the Academy's debts, he had managed to bankrupt Jade. The coffers were empty.
We can't have come so far to go nowhere.
I'm sorry, Harry. That's our position. No cash, no final. Our debt is stretched to the limit.
That threatened Esteban will have finally crippled us.
If I had two good legs, I'd go give that rogue a piece of my mind.
Worst thing is, he's done nothing illegal. We have to pay off the loans.
How much do we need to compete?
150,000 tokens. Your savings won't cover it, I'm afraid.
Leave it to me. I'll get you the cash before nightfall.
Don't be stupid. Come back.
Let her believe. This competition means as much to her as it does to you. You know why.
I know, but she's tilting at windmills.
Carol, we've got a situation. Too right. It's the makeover of a lifetime. Friendly Harry is on his way. I've made some sketches. Want to look? Later, maybe. There's bigger things afoot. The Academy needs your help, Carol. What's up? Esteban is trying to get the Academy closed down. If we don't find 150,000 tokens before the competition, it's likely he'll do just that. That's outrageous! If the Academy closes, I won't be able to make Harry over. It'll be pointless. Oh yeah, that's it. You see, it's serious. Now, have you saved up any tokens lately that could help us pay off the debt? Well, actually... Nothing. Is that it? I had saved up some, but then I went shopping for Harry yesterday. Extra shirts, trousers, to experiment. I figured he'd be hard to please. I've still got a few left. How much? 100 tokens. They're yours with pleasure. Always better than nothing. Thanks very much. If you're looking for Aurelie, I saw her by the paddy field. Aurelie, what are you doing?
I had a poem to write, so I came to soak up the scenery. I find these vast rice fields so deeply inspiring. Did you know that plants like music too? There was this experiment once.
Listen, I've got to talk to you. It's pretty...
What's happened? You look so serious all of a sudden.
We've got a big problem. The deadline for payday on the Academy's debt has been brought forward. It's Esteban's trick. If we don't pay it back before the end of the week, he'll have the Academy closed down.
That's outrageous! That man is the pits! What are we going to do?
I'm trying to collect the money. That's why I came to see you.
Okay, you're the fighter in our group, that's for sure. You don't let anyone walk all over you. I admire your strength and determination. I'll try and help as best I can. Here, my savings.
1,200 tokens? That's really kind of you. I'll do what I can. We will save this Academy.
I'm sure you'll make it. You win everything you touch.
Thanks, Aurelie.
How's your collection going?
Nicely, but there's still a lot to do.
The Academy's already safe with you.
Your faith is touching.
I say, it's the little Sycamore Academy girl.
I say, it's the so-called student star from Esteban's school.
That's right. And I've worked hard for the privilege. I'm quite simply unbeatable in competition, but I can tell my reputation goes before me. Of course, Esteban's Academy is just a staging post. My ambition is to join the Cherry Tree Academy here and become the best. Even better than Q herself, if that's possible.
You're certainly not short on ambition or pride.
I've heard a lot about you. Shining reports. I've been wanting to meet you for quite some time. What would you say to a race? Just you and me.
A race? Sorry, Daniela. I've got much more important stuff on my plate.
Oh, you disappoint me. I never thought the Sycamore's big champ would be such a chicken.
Nobody calls me chicken. Get it?
So, prove it. Let's race.
Okay, I'll race you. But I hate wasting time. So I have a deal for you. We race for tokens.
Great idea. I've got 25,000 on me. They're all yours if you win. What do you say?
25,000?
Don't forget the Beechwood Academy is the richest of them all. Esteban rewards us handsomely when we win. It makes us hungrier for the fight. Are you ready?
I think I'm going to enjoy rubbing your face in it.
I didn't go all out. I wanted to see what you could do. I must say you didn't disappoint me. I can't wait for a real competition against you. If you still have an academy by Friday, that is.
You might not have noticed, but you've done our academy a huge favor.
The tokens are for repaying your debts.
That's right. It's nice to see Esteban's money being put to good use.
Whatever. If your academy's still up and running, beating you will have a special twist to it. Good luck, and may the best academy win.
She is one weird girl. Samuel, I need your help. We all need your help.
What can I do for you?
The Academy is in trouble. If we don't collect 150,000 tokens before the competition, we won't be able to take part.
Why so fast?
It's another Esteban trick. He wants us to pull out.
Well, I was saving up for a musical instrument, but it can wait. There's no way that Esteban toad is going to ruin our lives. Here are all the tokens I have.
500? It's not the jackpot, but it's a start. Thanks a bundle, Samuel.
Sorry, I can't push any more.
Hi. I'd like to talk, if I may.
I'd love to, but as you see, I'm in the middle of research, so I don't have a lot of time to talk right now. But do come back later.
What are you researching?
I'm still hunting for the hidden treasure, but I've come on leaps and bounds. I discovered this ancient poem that tells where the treasure's hidden.
A poem? Could you read me it? I love poems.
That's just the problem. I can't understand a sausage. It's all written in ancient Chinese dialect. You seem a bright girl to me, but I should imagine even you'd have trouble making head nor tail of it.
True, Chinese dialects aren't my speciality, but I could find someone to translate it for you. I have this friend who might be able to help.
Really? In that case, here you go. Get the translation and come back and see me, and we'll try to get to the bottom of this.
Very well. I thought I'd find you here.
It's my retreat. When I'm not training, I come here for peace and quiet.
Your peace and quiet is on the rocks, Miguel. Dangerously.
What? I did something you didn't like? Is that it?
No, Miguel. I'm not an ogre, am I? It's nothing to do with you. You're perfect.
Not an ogre. Just unpredictable. Anyway, what's the problem?
Because of Esteban, the Academy's threatened with bankruptcy. If we don't collect 150,000 tokens very soon, we can kiss goodbye to the next competition and all the rest after that.
Will he never leave us alone? He made your life hell, and now he's got it in for all of us.
I hate to have to ask you this, but could you help us out?
Of course. I'd do anything to help your dream come true.
You are adorable, Miguel.
Here are my tokens.
3,200 tokens? That's too much. I can't accept that many.
Take them. It's a pleasure to help the Academy in its time of need.
How come you save so much?
Oh, you know. I don't need much during the year. Some paper, a pen, inspiration, and your face. It's something tokens can't buy.
Thank you enough for your gesture, for just being there, for existing. Oh, wonderful, Miguel.
You're wonderful too, Flora. We'll show Esteban. He can throw all he's got at us. We won't fall. Go, save the Academy.
Am I pleased to see you? Could you possibly do me a favor? A friend wants this parchment translated. I reckon you might be able to help.
Sorry, I'd love to help, but I've got a big problem right now. Ginger's disappeared.
What? How?
She wanted to go for a walk and must have got lost. Last time I saw her was here, so I daren't move in case she comes back. Maybe you could go and look for her and give her this map of the area?
Of course. It'll be awful if she got lost. You can count on me.
Thanks very much. But do hurry. Night falls so fast here.
Ginger! I've been looking for you everywhere. Q's worried sick.
Really? I just wanted to pick some wild berries. Guess I must have got lost.
Q gave me this for you.
A map? Thanks a lot. I'm bushed from all this walking. I'm heading right to the academy. Oh, do tell her I managed to find my way, thanks to you.
Of course, I'll tell her. I found Ginger. I gave her the map and she's on her way back to the academy.
Oh, I'm so relieved. Thanks again for your help. Hey, just a minute. Didn't you have a favor for me?
Oh, yes. I wanted you to translate this poem.
Let me see. It's very old. I'll write a translation here. It's a bit rough. The dialect's very rare today, but the meaning's all there.
Thanks very much.
What's up? Why the long face?
I'm sorry, but I can't help thinking about my academy's problems.
Problems? What problems?
Esteban has been pulling strings, and we've been asked to repay our debts earlier than agreed. I'm really worried if we don't pay the bank, the academy will be forced to close before the next competition.
Esteban did that? Unbelievable. He won't stop at anything. How many tokens does your academy need?
150,000 tokens.
I'm afraid I don't have that amount on me. But I can give you what I have after the favor you did for me. Here are 20,000 tokens.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, if it helps you stay in the competition. Esteban badly deserves to lose the championship, but he should lose rightfully and honorably, not by using some devious underhand trick to get his way.
I'll never forget what you did for us, Q.
Don't thank me. For once I have true opponents.
Here's the translation you wanted.
Oh, wonderful! Let me see. The spangled offering returned to its throne frees the mast of dreams to transport the adventurer to the bed of the sleeping jewel. But it's gibberish.
It's a bit vague, I'll grant you.
All that research for this? Balderdash? It's useless, utterly useless.
You mean you're letting everything go?
Of course not, but things are much more difficult than I thought. You need the soul of a poet to understand what this means. Ah, dear child, this parchment has perplexed me. The treasure defies me at every turn.
Miguel, I've got this ancient poem, and I was wondering what you thought of it.
Let's see. Spangled Buffalo returned to its throne, frees the Master of Dreams to transport the adventurer to the bed of the sleeping Jew.
So?
It's beautiful.
You mean you understand something?
Of course. The Spangled Offering is a jewel you have to place on its base to launch the Master of Dreams.
And?
The Master of Dreams is an image describing a vessel or boat, if you like. Once launched, the boat will take you to the bed of the sleeping jewel, which means it will follow a riverbed leading to some kind of treasure.
Ah.
In a word, it says, find a boat and climb aboard.
Where do you get the brains for these riddles? Amazing! It's like a key. The chain holding the boat is free. I can just jump aboard. Right. I suppose I just let the current carry me. Oh no. I can't get this wrong. One of these is a priceless treasure. But which one? I can only carry one of them.
Incredible! A true work of art. Let me see. Fabulous! It's the words fail me.
I think it's time you and me talked business.
What do you mean?
Let's put it like this. You want the statue and I need money right now.
Come, young lady, let's put vulgar materialism aside. This is archaeology, science. You have a trophy of history in your hands.
And I say every job has its payday. So, how much was discovering the thing worth?
Oh, not a lot, you know. It's a sculpture, a cast from a meaningless artisan.
But you were talking true work of art earlier. Incredible, fabulous, and words fail me.
Maybe the emotion got to me a little.
Listen, here's what I'll do. I'll take this little cast to my friend who translated the poem. Maybe she can tell us what it's worth, okay?
Don't let anyone see it. My oh my, you strike a hard bargain. I'll give you 100,000 tokens and no quibbling.
100,000 tokens? Nice price, and so quibble-free. Here's your statue.
And here's your 100,000 tokens. Now scram!
Thanks again. It's been a pleasure doing business.
See you later. Time to shut up shop, methinks, if nobody minds.
Good evening, everyone. Here you go, 150,000 tokens. Don't spend them all at once. If I can be of any further service, don't hesitate to call on me.
I won't ask where that money came from.
That girl is amazing.
Just like you, Jade.
Please do carry on your story.
Okay. The day after July 14th, the news spread like wildfire. The riding school owner had lost his horses. A driver who'd had too much to drink had careered into the gate of his meadow, and the horses had escaped. The search was already on, and the owner was desperate. He was convinced they were already miles away and that he'd never see them again. I had a totally wild idea. Even if it meant risking ridicule, I announced to the owner I would try and find his horses. He reckoned they had disappeared into a neighboring wood and were probably still there, trying to find a way back to the stables. At the start of the afternoon, I went and I stood at the edge of the wood and started playing my violin. People passing by thought I was completely balmy. I didn't care. I don't know how long I played for, but it was already well into the afternoon when I heard the sound of hooves. And one by one, the horses emerged from the wood and stopped in front of me for a while before going on their way to the stable. The owner was over the moon and offered me a reward. I refused to take the money he offered and suggested instead I be given free lessons at his school in exchange. He accepted immediately, and that is how, after many months of intense training, I found myself here.
That really is an incredible story. A real fairy tale.
And that's how it really happened. I always wondered if the horses did it deliberately. But how would you answer such a question?
That was a marvelous story. It just shows how sensitive you are and how horses understand that. Your place is definitely here at the Academy.
Like everyone here, I think. That's the end of my adventure. But I'm sure the others have great stories to tell as well.
Carol, please. You know you can tell me anything and I won't make fun of you, I promise.
Okay, but please, no messing. So, like I was saying, I had a revelation. Academy life was tough, but it had one reward. In the evening, cadets from the nearby horse academy came out on their mounts to practice. Their neat uniforms, proud demeanour, and magnificent horses were like a dream at the end of the day. I managed to get a job as a stable hand, and every day I learned more about those magnificent beasts. They were so communicative, and our silent conversations more than made up for my years of solitude. Every minute spent in the stables was a pleasure no one could understand. No one except Ethan.
Hang on, who's Ethan?
As soon as there's a boy involved, you jump.
Okay, you've made me curious, I confess. So, who's this Ethan?
I'd rather stop there. The next bit hurts to talk about. It's not quite so pretty. I'll need to put on my brave hat to tell you.
Okay, but don't keep me waiting too long.
That's it for part 1. We'll see you in part 2.